Welcome back to the Newcastle Gold Cup. We're here for the semi-final, which is, you might have heard on the mic there, Newcastle I-Beam versus Sunder from Sydney. And it was originally going to be a Sunder semi, but they requested, or Sunder Manly semi, they requested playing a different matchup. So the teams were happy to reorganise the semis so that we have this match up in front of us now. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Sunder a bit low on numbers for this start of the season. So they've already played quite a lot coming into this game. Alex Gann, a leader of that outfit. There'll be an offense to start the match. Meanwhile, we can see the tournament director, Tim Hayes, with the green hoodie, laying down the law on what he wants to see from defense. Not sure why he's not starting the game. But we are ready to go here. Christopher Hill with the pull. A nice outside in pull into the corner and out on the sideline. That's exactly where he was aiming for there. Gann now. Oh, wait a minute. It never came back in. Oh, this is shades of last year I-Beam versus Crank in the Nationals. So suddenly from being a brilliant pull, now being a bit of a terrible start here for I-Beam, and Sunder quite gratefully accepting a 5-metre sideline towards the goal.
It's a bit of a gift, really, as Alex Gann gets it to Xavier Black. Black props back on to that forehand side. And now Alex Gann. Gann the give go, working against an I-Beam zone. Gann. Every other, then the inside flip. That's all they needed.
Right, well, I-Beam not really wanting to try their end zone defense in that point, but they got a taste of it. So yeah, disappointing start for the I-Beam D-line. Sunder doing the job, and now that has become an upwind goal with the wind changing direction here. So now it's coming from left to right, as we're seeing the field from the cameras. Alex Gann doing the job there, being a key handler for that offensive hold. Playing Dingoes last year in a bronze medal winning effort. As we have fighter jets going overhead. In fact, they are World War II fighter jets, I believe. That is a weird sight. Nevertheless, I didn't know Hazy, this is how good Gold Cup has become. Hazy has organised a flyover by the RAF squadron for this semi-final.
Just happens to be Australia Day.
And yeah, marking Australia Day.
Pure coincidence, of course.
Righto, Dan.
Tim Hayes organising a great event here this weekend. And we thank him for having us along. Well, that's a humongous pull. That's out of the bounds. Okay. Sunder slice. Maybe best referred to as Sunder Gann.
Again and again.
Oh, Tim Lavis coming up to the brick mark. For a moment, glances towards Rob Merck. Merck gets free in the end. Winchester. Davey. Here's Stoddard. Flips it off to Ryan Davey again. Stoddard gives Ryan Davey here the reset. And here's one of the rookies, Jack Humphreys. Stoddard in on Ryan Davey. Oh, Winchester going to call that foul. Did look like there was contact, at least initially on first look.
There was certainly contact, but was it incidental? Let's have a look here. Yeah, he sort of did lean into the body of Winchester. I don't think that's such a bad decision there.
It was uncontested. Here's Merck. Winchester gets up the line.
Great wheels.
And then to Stoddard for the score. Jake Winchester. Good start for him.
And a good start for I-Beam. They did get the brick, but they didn't they didn't give up a 5-metre sideline like the I-Beam defence. A great throw there from Winchester. He does have very technically really good throws. It was very easy for that disc to get picked up by the wind, but he kept it low and perfectly placed for the goal here for 1-1 between Sunder and Newcastle.
What kind of year do you think it's going to be for Sunder, John, given that they're missing so many players that they've come to rely so heavily on?
Well, I think you've just said it there. What I'm really excited for Sunder this year is that players that have been coming through the system now for several years but never been really given a big role can now have that big role. And so I think for Sunder, that's going to be the exciting thing about this season. They're going to see some of their players that are quite young and have been playing bit roles really step up into more responsibility.
I-Beam's defence. Will they be able to get the disc out of the hands of this Sunder offence? And Alex Gann in the middle of everything. Xavier Black out to Mark Wee. Black breaks the mark to Gus McDonald. McDonald finds Alex Gann. Gann goes quick. Xavier Black. Sunder just very technically proficient, able to make these throws side to side, taking gradual meters. Black settling into some space, and then the look away backhand. It's Gus McDonald in the corner by the looks. No, James Bray capping the move for Sunder Slice.
Very nice from Sunder. Solved the puzzle. And that was clinical offence. Really was. Dan, do you know 68 there on... I don't recognise rangy character. He's staying on the line here on the...
We'll have to find out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Big flux in this Sunder team.
Yeah.
Lots of players coming into the fold.
Yeah.
And like you say, not many players that have been in the system for a little while with the Harbour City team.
Mm.
And are now going to have an opportunity. Well, it's not just an opportunity. They have to.
Mm.
They have to step up. There's no one else.
Mm.
It's going to be on them.
Yep. And
it reminds me actually, John, of what's that basketball movie with Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, I know the one you.
And he says, you know, they lose a couple of their highest point scorers, and the players are kind of saying, well, they're our highest point scorers. And Coach Carter, that's the one.
Yep.
Coach Carter turns around and says, well, we're going to have new highest point scorers, aren't we?
Yeah.
And that's the reality is,
Yeah.
the old stars are gone. Well, we're going to have some new stars now. And the question is, who's it going to be?
And the same could be asked for I-Beam, with 4 rookies this year coming into the team.
And all 4, potentially bringing something. Speak of the devil, Jack Humphreys. Identifying, that is disgusting by Chris Stoddard. When did he bring that into his game? A push pass on the move. Lavis, a break to Merck, who's come all the way across. Winchester settled in some space. I-Beam all the way down the field real quick.
What was the pick call there?
Yeah, pick call on Merck.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever going to not get at Merck there.
Nothing for free.
Oh, and Winchester needed to just throw it straight back to him. Nevertheless, and yeah, I think Davies has lost patience a bit there. He copped a bit in the last point. And so he's just saying, all right, too much contact here. First game of the season. Yeah, they're just talking through.
And fair enough, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just bring the temperature down.
Yeah. And foul call. All right. Now what do we got? We've got Jack Humphreys out on the break side. Gets it. Lovely pass to Merck. Oh!
Front corner stuff.
Front corner stuff 2 in a row. Merck, again, not allowing that disc to see the bottom of the disc to the wind at all. Wasn't going to allow that to happen. And I-Beam's greatest receiver for the last 10 years gets another one, chalks another one up.
And I think we're talking about new stars, rookies. I think someone who is a bit in that Chris Stoddard mould, Adam Prendo. A little bit rangy, a little bit gangly, as Chris Stoddard was when he was in uni. And I wonder, what can Adam Prendo do over time? Because I-Beam need players. They're always going to need players. Who's that player going to be?
Yep. And it is difficult. So for Newcastle, they look to the university as their one reliable area for recruitment. That's where most of I-Beam have come through, including the 4 new recruits. So really, and that can be quite. It's been a drought, for several years. And these 4 new recruits are a blessing. So I'm just really excited to see how they go this season. Chile with a pull. This one's better. He's making sure that doesn't go out. And that's going to land right in the corner of the near side. Xavier Black. Ooh, sends it back to the sideline.
So here comes Sunder. Fakes the hammer. Gus McDonald in a lot of space out the back. Finds Xavier Black through a gap, and then Black. Jacobs gets to the spot first. Huge block for I-Beam and
Sammy
an opportunity.
Jacob, what a D. Used his speed. He's an exceptional runner.
Oh, that's low by Innes. Well gathered by Luke Prosser. Innes. Here's Sam Jacobs. Banjo Olsen. Olsen gets it off to Jacobs. Luke Prosser. Prosser looking for the continuation to Jacobs. Huge break for Newcastle I-Beam.
The ears are up for Sammy Jacobs. That's double happiness for that man, and what a shame that he won't be there for I-Beam at Nationals having a child. But look at this, great flow, got to the break side, then a beautifully weighted pass for Sammy J. Ears are up. Well done, I-Beam. That's an early break and well earned. 3-2. Okay.
an ongoing topic of conversation we've had today is that those little differences, the differences between Div 1, Div 2, to, out-and-out Div 1 teams, Sunder Slice, perennial semi-finalists. And Newcastle I-Beam always around the mark, regularly making the quarters. I'm interested to see what kind of game this turns out to be. We've seen the break by I-Beam. Okay, how many breaks are there going to be in this game? Is it going to be a game of breaks where, each team has 5 or 6 opportunities? Or is it going to be more of that really miserly, a little bit sweaty kind of ultimate where there's only, 2, maybe 1 break in it?
Yeah.
How important could that be?
We've just seen it is quite gusty. We've just had a gust come through. Again, it's going from left to right across your screens, across the field. Chilly now. This time going upwind for the pull. Rips it. You wouldn't know that was uphill, but it is going out. And out by some distance. Chili backs himself to show the bottom of the disc to the wind. He backs himself, but that can be the result. And if he managed to sit that in, it could have been a really good position for I-Beam to apply some early pressure. Now, Sunder come out to the brick mark, and we have a 3-3-1 here.
All right, the defense is on. And Jamboy going sideways. Again, settles inside the cup, still wants it, can't get it, gets it now. Again, thinking about going fast for a moment. Sean Reid getting one, and then the hammer over the top. Well, that's going to take some catching. And Solomon Mayowitz McMahon.
Right. That is well done. It's a good catch from that man. I don't know anything about him. We'll have to find out at half-time where this gentleman hails from, but that's a very nice catch.
It took some catching as well. Awkward.
Yeah, that was... Look, the option wasn't bad, but with that wind coming across there, that was going to be a difficult throw, and they've done well, Sunder. I think what opened it up there was the far sideline got sucked in to try and stop some flow. That created an opening for Mark Wee to get it on that sideline. So I-Beam will learn from that. But that's a hole. We're at 3-all. I-Beam still with a break up.
And an opportunity now for Sunder Slice.
Yeah.
Opportunity to get that break back.
Yeah. Drop in and just see Gus and get a little bit of intel on 68.
And Gus McDonald, hilarious character. If you ever have an opportunity to have a chat to Gus, I'd encourage you to do so. Zone from Sunder Slice. The wind has picked up dramatically. Ryan Davey, Merck. Davey back again. Now throw through to Richardson. Finds Stoddard. Merck pumps once, twice, and then a soft pass into the seam of the zone. Newcastle I-Beam convert their offensive possession.
Well done, Beam, doing the job with the wind. And that's good signs. And the I-Beam always known for their clinical offense. And it's good to see that that is still happening with the changes in personnel that they've had since the last year. Found out a little bit about number 68, Solomon. He is a pickup from the US. And not sure of his teams, but he is doing his PhD in mushrooms. So, fact of the day, Dan.
Well, I mean, if he's come to Australia studying mushrooms, surely his nickname is Fungus.
Yeah.
Dr. Fungus.
Dr. Fungus. Yeah. All right.
Our apologies to Solomon. nicknames do tend to stick when we come up with them on stream. So my apologies, sir. And I hope that your PhD goes well. I hope that you're awarded that because that's a lot of hard work, John.
It is, but at least there's some fun in his nickname.
Dr. Fungus.
Righto, Chili's laying some law down here. Not sure what he's asking for. I would like to see him put a bit of outside in on this pull here.
Well, this time he's pulling into the breeze, and that might be what he needs.
There you go. He's sorted out the angle, and now we get an effective pull into the breeze.
Varun Engineer. Xavier Black sees something, throws the fake. Yeah, it was very deep down the field. Good decision in the end. Alex Gann. Trying to settle into the soft seam of the I-beam zone. Engineer back to Xavier Black. Nice connection there as Sunder Slice found the edge and then went around the zone. Engineer just stepping. Black. Drives back the way it came. I-beam. Still sticking with this zone. Mowitz, McCann. And there's the goal. Yep. An easy flip into James Spray.
And there's our man, Solomon Fungus, getting the assist. A nice easy one for him, much easier than his goal. So he's certainly on the scoreboard early. Very nice. Look, not a bad look, given the wind from I-beam. Don't mind that. Hazy a bit frustrated, kick in the air. But really, that was very nicely done from Sunder. Okay. Can I-beam rinse and repeat? Get another downwind O and just take the easy options and take what's given. That's what marks the I-beam offense at its best. I think there's, is that Nick Lely there in number 19? He's got his white socks and sandals on, which is a timeless look for grandfathers around the world. It is Nick Lely. So I'm not sure what's happened to him, why he's not playing. But he...
Clearly out for the game.
Out for the game. That's a pull, Dan. Look at that one.
Yep. That one caught the right edge and it sits, giving the defense time to get down. Sunder are going to go with the zone. Davey creating some motion with the legs. They bounce between the two of them. Richardson combining with Ryan Davey.
Oh.
Merck fakes to the right, and Davey drops the scuba as Jack Humphreys just rushing it. Going up early, just needed to settle underneath it. Sean Reid. Mark Wee. Jamboy getting it to Bray. Mark Wee. Not much space out there. Reid again. Wee. Now the reset. Sunder working, trying to find that weakness that they need. So far, I-beam hanging tough. Wee. Hasn't got much down the field. Go for the short reset. Richardson, some contact. They play on. Wee. Being the outlet so far. And Wee into the end zone, not in. Makes up his ground. We've got a crowd of players in front of us. I'm working off the replay screen because Mark Wee, he's on the doorstep. He's going to make an error. He does. You sensed it coming. Mark Wee, just not enough patience when it was needed.
And the senses is all I had. I was totally unsighted on that, but...
There will be a call. An injury. So Alex Gann will sub on. That's a hit.
Yeah, that's the cones you got to stay. Get away from me.
So they're figuring themselves out on the field of play. Rob Merck will bring it in for I-beam.
Oh, shit.
Stoddard pumps it and then just throws it straight into Edmund Full. And Fink does a great job there getting the block. Reed, this is the break that Sunder want to get. Gann. Symbol. Gann getting off the chain. Oh, that's popped up in the air. That's a huge catch by Mayowitz. McMahon.
Tell you what, he's involved in all of their scores, seemingly. And that is a great grab. I thought that had lifted too far. Let's watch this again. Sunder expertly working the open side. And it did look like it was going to go too high, too hard. But he came down with it. That's a great catch from Dr. Fungus.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, we need to find out more about him.
Well,
where in the States is he from?
Yeah, it's a throwback, isn't it, to really, the university games recruitment tactic was always, okay, we're going for a title. What American can we import to help us out? Like, what students do we have that'll that are just here? What exchange students do we have?
And just going back to that point, I think what was missed there was a nice throw by Merck to Lefty down the sideline. Lefty just looked downfield for a couple of seconds and did a big fake that was doing nothing. Merck was already open. He needed to look for that straight away, but he didn't. And because he put the big fake in, by the time he got around to throwing to Merck, the block was on, and that throw wasn't on. So that's a lesson for Lefty when he looks back at this tape.
Hot day today. We're sitting at 27, but when the breeze isn't blowing, it feels like 34. It's humid. That looked like it got touched.
A touch. Yep.
So I-beam have to play this from the back. Merck getting free. I-beam needed that to get them out of jail. Davey with space. Stoddard's gone. Davey's going to launch it. Stoddard settles underneath it. It's sailing sideways. Not a good throw in the end. Ryan Davey.
That's a rare miss from Davey to Lefty.
Very, very rare indeed, isn't it, John? Gus. Cops a weapon. Now Josh Jamboy. Alex Gann. Gus McDonald. In space, Sunder. Starting to open things up. Jitang Yang. Travel called on Alex Gann.
Sideline not happy. We get the chance to see this one.
Mark Wee is throwing his captain under the bus, saying, no, it was just Nick Lilly.
Yeah.
And maybe Alex Gann getting thrown under the bus at the same time. Yeah, that was travel.
I'm not sure that was a travel. I think he had his two steps. He may have changed direction. We need to have a look at that. Nevertheless, here we go.
Yang. Wang. Gann gets the reset, going backwards. Gann. Oh, huge block by Tim Lavis.
Winding back the clock.
Isn't he just? The legend loves it too.
Big smile on the dial for Tim Lavis. Now he's going long. Send it.
Stoddard. The underthrow cut off. Sunder defense sagging in the lane. Through the hands of Winchester. Gann. Sunder on the end zone line. Yang taps it in. Gus McDonald. Middle of the field. Gets it to Gann. And Gann, energy too much.
Just too fast. Gee, isn't Yang a jack in the box? We're going to have to find out more about him. He's showing a lot already in this game.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Call.
Timeout. All right, I'm going to find out about Yang. Be back.
What an explosion. As things have come alive here, Sunder Slice, a couple of opportunities to go out in front with clear air behind them. I-beam are getting some lifelines. That's the Tim Lavis layout block. Incredible stuff. You love to see it. Okay. What's the story?
So Yang, he's from Taiwan, and he plays with that Japanese style. So fast around the field, extravagant fakes. So, yeah, and there's quite a few players from Taiwan. There was a couple down in Canberra that I played with when I was down there, and they do play that Japanese style very well. Really quick, great turns.
Well, I think I remember there's a couple of teams out of Southeast Asia and Asia, Chinese Taipei. That are sometimes a surprise package on the world stage. Taiwan was another.
Yeah.
The times they've sent a team there.
Well, when they hosted World Games in 2009, everyone just expected, how is Taiwan even going to field a team? And yet they really put it to some of the teams there. So that was the start of their build-up.
Okay, I-beam are going they're going the U. The I-beam U is going to make its appearance on the main stage.
Not seen since 2004 or 5.
It was a bit after that, John. You guys taught me the U.
Yeah.
So at that stage. But early noughties, or late noughties, I should say. Creating space in the middle of the field like this. Stoddard gets in. Lavis. Richardson. Stoddard. Oh, he's thrown this into traffic. It's going to blade down.
Oh, my goodness. How did Ryan Davies get that? He had no right to get that disc.
No right at all, and Davey has ripped that down. Stoddard has been bailed out.
Let's watch this again. This was a rank option with a defender already back there that Stoddard didn't see, but it just dropped at the right moment for Davey. And the Sunder receiver probably doing the right thing. He was sat on the back shoulder of Davey because it did look like it was about to go over both of their shoulders.
The wind really helped out I-beam there. It took the life out of the disc, and it just dropped out of the sky into Ryan Davies' waiting arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was something else.
So initially, I-beam were out in front, and then Sunder Slice have come back.
Yeah,
it's
sitting at 5-all, and now Sunder facing the upwind point. Must say they've looked pretty composed, but a block here for I-beam, punch it in. That would be very sweet. Now, first job is for Chile to get this pull in. It's downwind. I'm sensing he'll want to get maximum length, and I'm worried that he's going to sail this out the sideline again. Let's check it out. No, he aims for the left side. That's expert. Look at this. Taken on the full.
Gus McDonald looking for a gap, finds it. Xavier Black, one of the legends of this Sunder club. He's been there since the beginning days. Again. Oh, now a throw across to Xavier Black, who's all kinds of free at the back. Sunder Slice convert their offense. 6-5 on the scoreboard.
That was Solomon again.
Yeah, Mayo-It's McMahon is in everything at the moment.
Yes, he is. I tell you what, watch. This is a great look across we'll go see it go across the stack. Yeah,
Xavier Black's just always been there.
Yeah, he hasn't repped much, and I think because he's just played that solid role, he can do everything well. You know, he's an all-rounder. And I think consistency is his greatest hallmark. And unfortunately, it's something that in rep sides, when you go for tryouts, being consistent sort of gets overlooked a bit. But he's certainly been a great player and continues to be for Sunder.
Well, it's players like Xavier Black that you build a club around.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're the kinds of dudes that will show up at Div 1 Nationals. They'll do their job. They'll play well. And, I mean, Xavier Black, he's got a couple of national titles to his name.
Yep.
Lavis. And Sunder going a zone of their own. Lavis. Catches the floaty one. Sunder are currently getting what they want as I-Beam drift towards this near sideline. Merck breaking the mark through strength of pivot. Davey comes back to assist. Lavis breaks them out of jail. Flesh, an attempt by Edmund Feng. Lavis, Richard needs to bid, and it's a missed throw. So Sunder get it. Reed airing it out. Lavis is going to get tested. Lavis.
Well done, Tim Lavis. You knew that pass was coming. You knew that that's what Bray wanted to go long. Tim put the burners on. All those deadlifts at the gym paying off. But he's actually just getting it back from his own mistake, so he needed to. I'd like to see them work the high side more. They are getting stuck down here on the near side.
And I think if there is one thing you don't test Tim Lavis on, it's on that outcut.
Yeah.
Defensively, was always a monster.
Yeah. And again, he didn't look for lefty there to get it to high side. They're happy to sit in this mess. There you go. They've got it through. Rob Merck doing a great job there.
So far, I-Beam struggling to find that intermediate pass. Here's Merck. Humphreys in a good spot. Wee comes down to stop the flow.
They finally get to the high side with lefty.
Lavis into Davey. Oh. Humphreys is free out the back. They continue to work short. And then a drop off hands. This time Winchester. Wee. Reed gets it. There's someone free. Decides not to throw it to the deep cut. Finds James Bray. A cutout pass to Feng. Reed. The give go with Edmund Feng. Sean Reed again. Mark Wee. Reed. Underneath. Here's Reed again, bossing the offense. Oh, that's going to pop up.
Guess who? He's been involved in so many of their goals.
Well, Solomon, Mayowitz, McMahon has been a revelation for Sunder.
And he's just biding his time, picks that lefty, should have been over that side to start with, and then couldn't make up the ground.
Some day two legs, I think, for Chris Stoddard.
Yeah, but you can save those legs by being in the right, giving more space on this in this open side to start with. Lovely put from Shauno there. Righto.
That's the break.
Yeah.
That gives separation between Sunder Slice and Newcastle I-Beam. 7-5. I-Beam they've faltered a little.
Yeah. On that offensive run, their main sin was not getting it to the high side and trying to stay there. They kept pushing it back to this side. Now, I know, okay, at the end of the day, it was an inside shot to Winchester, and it was too low for him, and it was a turn. But you had players lining up on this high side. All you needed to get over there, and you could just flow to the end zone. So that's something for the Albion offence, which is still looking composed. No problems there, but spending too much time, and there's a lot of almost blocks that we're seeing. They're sailing close to the wind here. Alrighty, let's see. Here we go. Can they punch this in?
Seeing wind gusts again up to 40 k's an hour, making things interesting out there. Lavis, Luke Prosser. The slash and fill out of the horizontal for the I-beam is the primary play call. They now go to the secondary looks. And that is to open field. Sunder Slice have got another opportunity. Gus goes straight backwards. McDonald goes short to Eric Dang. Dang back to McDonald. Varun Engineer. Gus caught in two minds as to which way to go. McDonald covered well by Luke Prosser at the moment. Engineer gets up the line. Xavier Black. Xavier Black is going to launch it, and Varun Engineer has spanned it in the end zone. The Sunder boys on the sideline couldn't believe it. They thought Varun had brought that down.
This was just like, that was a great put from Xavier Black. We were talking him up and he's delivering.
Here goes Davey around the corner to Sam Jacobs. Work rate from Jake Winchester. And Winchester finding Humphreys. Prosser now. Jacobs into the middle of the field. Davey, this is where he wants to be. Centre of the field has every option in the book, and there's Matt Keeley to cap the point for the Newcastle I-beam.
Great rebound after the incredible disappointment for Sunder, dropping a sitter into the end zone. Yeah, thanks, Scotty. They'd be disappointed with that, but they still have a 7-6 lead. Very important for I-beam to punch that one in. Very nice. It was good composure once they got that second turn. Spread the field, started on the high side and ended on the low side. That's how you want to do it.
I mean, Varun Engineer, you see him look at his hands. He knew it. Had done all the hard stuff.
And how was the put from Xavier Black? That was just expert. Into the breeze. Really tough. The breeze is sort of coming in an angle towards the commentary, towards the cameras. So there's every chance that if he didn't get that angle exactly right, it was going to lift. But he had enough power in that to lace out and hit his receiver in the hands there.
Yeah, incredible punch on the throw.
Yeah, really impressive.
You know, we think about different players and their throws that they've got and what defines them as a thrower. You think, all right, Tom Ragacki, it was just distance. But then you think about other players, you know, Jonathan Tatum. It was hard. It was just like, it was painful to catch those discs. You think about Joel Pillar, it was like revs on the disc. And then you think about John O'Keefe. And I think John O'Keefe is defined by punch. He has this punch, especially on his forehand, where he's able to generate it through the wind, possibly because he's from Wollongong.
And he's got fast hands. That's what he's got. His reflexes are incredible, and his movement. He would have made a good tennis player.
Mowitz McMahon is going to throw it to Bray. Bray boxes. Oh, the wind. The weather is a cruel mistress. Just as I thought, Bray had played it perfectly. The wind came in and said, I'm here to root for the home team. Look at this.
That is crazy. Unheard of. James Bray has every right to question, what did he do to deserve that? Wait. Merck calls the foul. It looked like it might have been a hand block. And there's no contest from the Sunder defender.
Merck breaks immediately to Chris Stoddard. I-beam probably need to think about getting it off this sideline. Merck, a flat one that goes straight to Sean Reid. Sunder off to the races. Reed. Here's Alex Gann. Oh, he's in everything right now, John Greenfield.
Yeah.
Solomon, Mayowitz, McMahon is in absolutely everything.
Sean Reed for the last, 5 years. He made a transition from Duff over to Sunder, and his fitness went up, and he's always a handful, but his throws and his fitness and his speed and his ticker have all paid off. And it's moments like this, an important hold for Sunder. And he's there with steps on his defender. Wow, it's been an explosive game.
Well, John, I want to come back to what you were saying about Sean and his development. When you make that move from, Duff, which they're a mid-level, Div 2 team, they're in about some marks, but when you move from a club like that to a club like Sunder, who are perennial frontrunners, have been in the final for I don't know how many years in a row, there's a lift, isn't there? There's a change in intensity where even just the warm-ups are faster, they're crisper. You have to run a little bit harder, and it forces you to adjust, doesn't it?
Yeah. And he's just absorbed all of that, wanted to improve, and he's definitely done that. Well, that's half-time, Dan. 8-6 to Sunder, with Newcastle coming out on offense.
And a second half that promises in this semi-final for the men. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the conclusion of this men's match here from the 2025 Newcastle Gold Cup.
Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm finding games. When I'm at the top, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Jump on my roller coaster and hold tight. It won't be easy, but it'll be fun. Sometimes it goes the whole way up and down. I think you're ready now to leave the ground. Get in the fast lane, babe, you can make it. I promise I'll be there all the way. And if you get a little broken down, all that you gotta do is keep your head high. Let's get this out of the way. I can't wait another day. Shouldn't wait, don't be so afraid. Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm finding games. When I'm at the top, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm finding games. When I'm at the top, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Don't you kiss us in the morning light? Wanna be next to you every night. Though I shouldn't love you, but I might. 'Cause your lips, they taste like cherry wine. You're no good for me, we're so bittersweet, but I
All right, time for the second half, the men's semi. I-beam, they drifted off the pace, and Sunder started to wrest control of this match away from the Novocastrians. A super important point in the context of the game. Not falling off the pace here, keeping the score within one, absolutely necessary for I-beam. They're caught again on the low side of the field. Merck catches. Stoddard. Lavis through to Merck.
Oh,
Lavis finds the seam and now fully exploits it. Ben Richardson. Lavis. Stoddard, Lavis, Stoddard. A few pump fakes to test and then the hammer over the top. It got low. Ryan Davey gets the glove underneath it. I do what they needed to do. John Greenfield, welcome back for the second half.
Oh, yes, that was a really important hold. This wind gusting now, just going from right to left. It's changing around. It's making it difficult for the players. I-beam doing really well there to hold their nerve. And we're going to hold on to the our house here. Stop it flying away. But what I love there was I-beam getting to the high side and working from there. Space opening up for the hammer. Thanks to their work on the high side and all the defence moving over there. So, well done, I-beam.
A little bit of a weather check. The wind, 17 k's an hour, gusting up to 36 from the easterly direction. Right, I think the weather app is letting us down a little bit because it says it feels like 28, but looking at some of the Sunder players, they're feeling the heat out there.
Yeah.
The UV index is a 10, so it is a hot day.
It's bitey. Here we are underneath an awning all day. I just went and washing my hands in the mirror and just noticed, holy crap, I'm red as a beetroot. So even underneath here, I'm copping reflected light. It is quite bitey. So, yeah, we are happy to be in our little location here underneath the marquee as I-beam, chilly, pulling.
Oh, that is. Okay, that's something. Xavier Black is going to have to go quite a ways to track that down.
Yep, that's the look he wants. Make it impossible to catch, impossible to trap.
And another zone for I-beam. They feel like this is where they're going to get success. Gus McDonald. Alex Gann. Mayowitz, McMahon. Give go with Alex Gann. They're in their own end zone, Sunder. As I-beam have transitioned to a match. Gann sees something, it'll hang. Bray has it well covered. Now Mark Wee throwing to the end zone. Guess who? Xavier Black. Mr. Reliable.
Yeah, like I said, he does it all. and he created so much space for himself. You've got to wonder how it is he was so free. There he is running down the middle of the field. Frendo doesn't peel off to get him, doesn't see. In fact, takes the player that's coming under. Now that's just an experience thing. Frendo will look back on this and realise, no, the threat is actually the deepest in this situation.
Well, originally it was Chris Kerr tracking the run of Xavier Black, and Kerr peeled off.
And then
Gotta
everyone
go with
peeled
the player.
off.
The player with the Frisbee can't run. They're not going to score.
Yep.
It's the dude running to the end zone. So I-beam get gashed. And off a really good Alex Gann forehand huck.
Oh, yeah, into that breeze. The breeze now a little bit more consistent again, sort of coming in towards the camera on an angle from the Sunder line towards the camera. But it is a bit gusty. So it's a beautiful Australia day, really. For this time of the year, end of January.
It could be hotter.
It could be a lot hotter.
And it's plenty hot enough as it is. Okay. Sunder slice. Looking for that real go-ahead break. I-beam needing to hang tough here. They need to stay in this game with an offensive hold. Offhand break, Rob Merck. Stoddard. Field.
Rob Merck frantically calling to make sure the count didn't get up. And now the
Probably
discussion ensues as to what that count is.
Maximum of 6, I would say. Felt like Stoddard had it for a moment. He'll need to find a quick reset here. Oh, there's a huck out of a high stall situation. Somehow Tim Lavis comes down with it. And then Lavis across the field. It bobbles up. It bobbles again.
It's not in. It's not in.
On the end of the field. He's so close. Davey goes the inside break, finds it.
I'm calling double happiness, Lavis. The only one able to read that just junky throw on 9.5 put up by Chris Stoddard. And then the craziness of the assist that went off a defender. Let's watch this again. Let's just watch this. Great work from Sunder to get a hand on that. Then Jack Humphreys somehow gets it back to Richo.
Well, there was 5 touches between 3 players.
Yeah, a triple team on Richardson. Gets it off to Davey, who gets the inside to Lavis. Oh my goodness, what a point. Well, not how they drew it up, but
You take it all the same.
yeah, they're within one. They're going down breeze. They've got a chance with this wind. They just need a mistake here from Sunder, who still are looking very composed with the disc, I must say. They've just integrated these newer players so well. They're running on fumes probably at this stage in this bitey weather, and not a big roster, but they're doing it very nicely. As you say, Gan, I found out something. So Lely caught him as we were going to the bathrooms, and he told me that he had surgery on his gluteus maximus, so he's not going to be out for long. It won't be a big miss for Lely, but he's just on coaching duties at the moment.
An interesting set offensively for Sunder. Gann lasers one in. Bray, big bid from Chris Hill. They play on.
I have no idea how.
Chris Hill has called a foul and then retracted it 3 steps later as Bray took off.
We'll look back in the tape, but I wonder how on earth Banjo wasn't able to make a bid on that pass up the line to Solomon.
Black. Looking around. Gann pretty well covered by Mike McKee.
What a throw.
Forcing Gann out wide, and yeah, what a throw to find him. Black gets the reset. Now, Gann going around the corner. Gus McDonald throws the fake. Seeing Chris Hill too close. Xavier Black up high. Saving the offense. Sunder stay in it. That's a disc to the ground. It's a turnover.
Bray got a hand on it.
Adam Frendo's gone meanwhile. That throw's going to have to do a little bit to stay inbound. It's drifting sideways. Frendo's there.
He's going to have to get up. Gann wants to go straight away.
Gann wasting no time. Oh, and that's a hark.
Oh,
McKee's underneath it. That
catch.
is some catch by Gus McDonald coming back with
Mike
the flood of the
McKee,
disc.
unsighted, was there for the, if he stopped and had a look, he could have had the easiest of Ds. He was unsighted and then a fantastic grab. Did we catch who that player was who caught it?
I don't know who capped it in the end, but Gus McDonald coming back, the right-handed grab, laying out.
End-to-end stuff. I think it was Gus McDonald. Let's have a look. Number 18. Oh, that was the drop from Bray. Chile needing to keep this one in. And unfortunately, fades out at the last moment. Yeah, I'm not sure that Frendo ever had a chance. Gann brings it in straight away. There's the huck. Now, look at McKee. Blindsided. That's the catch. It was Gus McDonald, I'm pretty sure, number 18. And then the simplest of dishes for the goal.
James Bray.
James Bray, who...
Capping the end of the move.
Yeah. Great stuff.
And coming back to the... for the I-beam side, yeah, they missed out on that, but Adam Frendo, you saw several of the senior I-beam members get around Adam Frendo and his run there because I think they're wanting to establish, hey, Adam, that's how we play Frisbee, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
Getting around him, rewarding his effort.
Yep.
Because that was a hard run.
Yep. Completely right.
Merck. Davey, back to Merck. Davey. Ben Richardson. Call for a travel, makes up his ground. Davey. Stoddard. High one. Lavis deals with it. Merck. Lavis getting it to Davey. Lavis continues. Lavis again around the edge. Stoddard getting close, but they're on the low side of the field. They go back towards the middle through Lavis. Jake Winchester, the shake and bake, the big
what
bid.
a throw.
Picking out Ryan Davey in the end zone, 10-9. I-beam hold again.
Hard to emphasise, not to emphasise how difficult technically that throw was. He had to be very balanced, had to be really low not to get picked up by the breeze. That's a straddle mark we can see there. And somehow picks out on the inside Ryan Davies, knowing just how much outside in it was going to pick up from the wind. Oof, geez.
Tough stuff.
You wouldn't want to live off that to make your bread, but you can reward the technical ability of that throw. Good bid from the Sunder defender. Would not have expected that. Going through that defender's mind would have been all the percentages of what he had to cover, and that probably would have had a low percentage, that throw.
We did everything right in the end. He even bid on it.
Yeah.
It just turned out to be, a pretty good throw given the window that he had to complete it into.
Yeah.
It was very, very tight.
10-9, I-beam keep it close, but they're on D.
Nick Lely, I think he should probably stick to ultimate. Doesn't look like much of a bowler.
Well, I'm sure he's counting down the days till he's running around on the field again.
Okay,
All right.
I-beam. It's been a game of trades. They need to find a break here. Hill goes the outside in again. Again, gathers.
Let's go, man.
Bray picking it up from his bootlaces.
How are they getting up this sideline is a mystery.
Well, that's going to hang. And the wind just taking enough of it. But Mark Wee, strong position. Sam Jacobs left with no options, no angles on the disc. Sunder slice goes straight down that sideline, John.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed for I-beam's perspective that they just allowed so many passes right on the... They need to seal off the high side. They didn't. Now, this throw gave the defender a chance. I must say, though, Mark Wee, he was in position from the start. It was the first time we've seen Solomon, who's had the vast majority of goals and assists for Sunder. First time he actually gave a look for the defender. But Mark Wee, great position, seals it off, catches the goal, 11-9 to Sunder.
And there is what we're playing for, the Newcastle Gold Cup for 2025, 24 carat gold.
24 carat gold. I know.
As certified by John Greenfield.
Yeah, it looks a bit dusty. It sounds a bit hollow. But pure gold, Dan. Pure gold. Everyone wants their hands on that.
Yep. Authenticity certificate and the valuation for the 24 carat Gold Cup.
I've been winning last in 2019.
They're up against it here.
They are to stay in contention. Gus McDonald putting this one up. More float on it.
Merck goes back with the flight. Oh, that's a contested one. Winchester, so heavy pressure on him. Gus McDonald. Edmund Feng. Now the break back to the middle. Sunder width for the offense. Symbol. Ty Symbol. Back to McDonald. Symbol. Dominator movement. Sean Reid. Black. Oh, just drives in.
Yeah. Too easy there.
Experience for Xavier Black.
Exactly right, Dan. We'll see this again. Xavier Black, knowing he had the younger, less experienced defender. Now, Jack Humphreys just needs to get out in the lane here. Forget anything else. Get in the lane because that's the danger. But he's too close. He's too close and it's too easy to create the separation there and gives up the front cone. He'll learn from that.
Yeah, inside technique's not something generally taught for downfield defenders. Normally it's outside technique.
Yeah.
When you're in the lane. When you're in inside technique like that, you got to realise that sealing cut that's sealing you away from the lane, the next thing that comes is the breakaway. So if you're playing inside technique, it relies on one of two things, either speed or a big layout. Sometimes both, often both is what's needed, and that's why it's not taught, because it requires an athleticism that is, a 9 or a 10 out of 10.
And Jack's got the speed on him.
He's got the speed, and if he's going to play at this level, something to be aware of, something to learn from.
Yeah.
Someone actually that someone who is known for his inside technique, Brendan Ashcroft, was a player who did have a tendency to use that inside technique. I've also seen Lachlan McDonald use inside technique as well on occasion. So something that the elite of the elite can use.
Yep, and worked beautifully there with a downfield throw. Now this wind has switched. Suddenly I-beam are going into the breeze this time.
Ben Richardson, the U. A horizontal set that relies on creating space in the middle of the field. And now Big Huck Looking for Ben Richardson. That looks pretty good, and
That's
Richardson tracks it down.
expert.
Sammy Jacobs likes it.
Yes, Ben Richo with his hand up. He's good buddy from Melbourne. Sammy Jacobs putting it on a platter for Richo to walk that one in. That's a really nice connection. And again, I've been left to rue the absence of Sammy J for this season, but he'll be back, no doubt. He's got more important things to worry about in the upcoming months. This is a nice inside flick look to the middle of the field to get to Sammy J to start with. And then the throw is up immediately. Saw Richo with steps and said, yep, I'll have a piece of that. Thank you very much. Well, now it's still 12-10.
So I've been really running out of time as Sunder Slice have got a death grip on this game at the moment.
Yeah, they are looking really good. I'm impressed. Solomon has been absolutely huge. Yeah, just then we found out he's from Massachusetts. So we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together for this new player for Sunder. But he is certainly a player. And when we get a close-up of those tree trunk legs, he's got a lot of muscle on those. He's a big frame, but he's got the power to get open. He's got the throws and he's got a great read. So what a pickup there for Sunder.
Handy.
There's the thighs in question. We didn't get the full look there. Maybe on the sill section afterwards. Big pull. That's not a bad pull.
Sean Reid seems to have transitioned a little bit. As this game's gone on, Alex Gann has moved away from the centre of the field out to the side. Perhaps seeing something. Oh, that's gone to ground as Gann missing James Bray.
The one good thing is it's down in a corner here.
Hill, big fake. Needs to find the reset. Floats it out in front of Mike McKee. Nice movement back. Nathan Innes. Innes finds Frendo. McKee. Sam Jacobs back out there. The assist maker from last point. I-beam, they need this break to start to come back into this match. Liam Doherty. Doherty breaks. Oh, this is an opportunity. Kerr, the offhanded throw. Jacobs, the fake on the inside, points back, wanting some width. Here's Doherty. Dangerous thrower. Has really nothing. Has to go to the reset of Jacobs, goes back to Doherty. It floats up in the air. Doherty covers off on it, looking for the inside. Xavier Black.
Pretty much holding his ground by the look of it. Interesting. He just seemed like a totem pole there that... nevertheless, we're going to get a restarting the point.
So Doherty is going to engage Jacobs.
Oh.
Gets the break back to the middle. Innes, another lefty. Will that create an angle for them? Oh, and Gann just steps in front. Alex Gann, a huge play for Sunder, preventing I-beam from getting back into this. Gann looking down the field. Mark Wee has the big outcut from Sean Reid, decides to go short. Gann points to the end zone, now sticks it, looking for James Bray. It falls out of the air. Mike McKee in the area, but picked out. James Bray, Alex Gann.
Wow. And there's no doubt what Gann wanted there. He just pointed. And the receiver knew what was going to happen.
Mike McKee hasn't done too much wrong there. He was in the area. He was close. That pass, those pinpoint.
Yeah, he just needed to find it earlier. But yeah, there wasn't a lot. By the time he realised the trajectory, it was gone. But it was the missed opportunity on the goal line there for I-beam that is really going to sting. I think too, if you know you're in that position, you've given up something upwind on the end zone line, just get deep of your man. Don't even make it a question. So And it would have helped for I-beam for a thrower call there. But it was obvious with Gann with a disc in his hand what was going to happen next.
Well, I think that was possibly I-beam's opportunity.
Yeah.
That may have been it. We won't
12-11 versus 13-10 with 4 minutes left.
That's the difference, right?
Yeah.
And I think on balance, I-beam have had plenty of opportunities in this game.
Yeah.
There has been tons of opportunities. And that's just going to be maybe the last one that they are going to get, because Sunder Slice, their grip on this game has never loosened to the point where you would think, I-beam well and truly back in this. The champions from Sydney have always been in control.
As we say that, Dan, here is a helping hand after that pull was never in. And I-beam will walk it down. Well, that's... I'm not sure, Sean, that's where it went out, but...
I think that's a pretty ungenerous spot. They talk about a generous spot in American football. I think that's ungenerous. But probably not going to make too much difference whether it's 5 metres this way or that way.
No, that's right.
It's too far out for a one-strike score. Davey picks it up from the bootlaces. Richardson. Humphreys wearing contact. Doesn't make a call. And now McDonald, oh dear, that's up in the air. Stoddard's in the area. It's going to sail sideways though. Making up ground. He's nearly got there. Josh Jamboy.
Jamboy with a great effort. Far out. He almost got that. And he generated the block in the first instance, so that was something else. A little bit ill advised from Gus. Could have just held his fire there. Probably didn't the vicinity.
The receivers for I-beam are a long way away. Ryan Davey is on an island. Richardson bails him out. Lavis. Now for meters to Stoddard. Stoddard wanting Ryan Davey there. Lavis, Richardson. Lavis again. Back, centering to Jack Humphreys. Stoddard, the shake and bake for Matt Keeley, who's going to cap another one for I-beam. He's a finisher, this Matt Keeley kid.
Yeah, pops out for the score. Just got his timing right. Had already put in a couple of cuts there, length of the field. Lefty there, using the wind to his advantage and getting it over the mark and past the defender. Good inboard shot here from Lavis to Jack Humphreys. Humphreys, I thought he had an open player for a backhand, but it was actually the adjoining game, picking their errant disc up.
I don't think in I-beam v Sunder you can throw it to Mammoth for a score.
That's right. What would have happened, though, if Jack had thrown that to the Mammoth player?
I mean, I imagine both teams would probably call it back and just say,
all
well,
right.
fair enough.
He was in white. It's a genuine mistake. I would have loved it if the Mammoth player dropped their disc, called their disc, ran off, claiming a goal, but there you go.
Sunder Slice 13, Newcastle I-beam 11.
It was actually a Manly player, I believe.
Manly.
As we are seeing on the other sideline, the Manly versus Fishwick semi, which is 10-6, and I'm going to guess that that's 10-6 to Fishwick. 13-11 here to Sunder Slice, but they're going downwind on their offensive run. Chile is going to have the pull. Chris Hill raises his hand. Here we go.
The defense for I-beam running out of time.
That's a good pull. Look at this. It's going to sit. Oh, Sean grabs it just in case.
Reed grabbing it. They're just nearly double helixing. High stall. Gann going to huck it. Looking for James Bray. That's going to hang out there. Bray's got a bit to do with it. He looked like he got it done.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And 14-11.
Bray getting one on Stoddard there. Good matchup. But Stoddard just gave him a couple of steps. I wonder if we can see that setup. It's probably too deep. Let's have a look. Good clearance from Solomon. Opens it up for Gan. You know what he's going to do. I do not know why the force on Gan is not just straight up. Just put a straight up on him. Don't let him give him... let's have a look. So Gan is going to get this, and look how soft the mark is. It's just giving him a flick huck, which you know he's going to do. Exceptional work from James Bray, lifting that leg, towing it in.
And that's the second one in recent times where it's Gan just kind of taking the game into his own hands.
But really being given it. You know he wants to shoot. Get in front. Just stop the throw. Stop the huck. That's all you're doing. If he goes inboard on a breakthrough, breakthrow, who cares? That's a win.
Well, there's the adjustment, as called by Coach Greenfield from the commentary booth.
Well,
I-beam.
Time running out, though.
Yeah, they're out of time. Sunder only need one more. I-beam, on the other hand, need 4. So a relatively simple equation. It's Gus McDonald.
That's a good pull from Gus.
Davey.
Oh,
Exclusively match. Lavis does well.
Humphreys looked off.
Richardson is going to send it to Jake Winchester, and Winchester's got a clean pair of heels.
Yes.
Jake Winchester shows them the speed and blows them both out of the water.
Very nice. Good setup. I felt that Jack could have got that in the middle of the field there, but they had the options. Let's see this evolve. Over to the high side. From the high side, you've got to open Humphreys, but Richo sees Jake Winchester with steps, and that was an expert throw. That was not easy. Damn windy. Had to give that a lot of sit. Let's have a look. You can see the sit on that disc, and when we say sit, we mean it's sort of air bouncing. It's still a huck, but it's got air bounce shape on it. Very nice. One for the purists. 14-12. Everything from now, game point for I-beam. And it's down to the D-line. The A-line won't get another look.
In what was a very, very sweaty game for the majority of it, lots of short passing. All of a sudden, it's opened up with a series of long throws.
Yeah, that's true. It's right now, it's quite still, which is a shame for I-beam. They'd love to have a howling breeze right now, but it seems that the wind momentarily has died right off.
An 8th defender, always a hand.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is it. Now let's have a look at the lineup for the do or die defensive stand for I-beam. Lots of talk. They want matchups, so this looks like it'll be match, which is, I think, very wise.
Meanwhile, the Fishwick Manly game has wrapped up, so we'll find out what the result is over there momentarily. The men's final, of course, at 3 p.m. local time, and the women's final to come up immediately following this.
Chile, he's honed in his pulls here. That's another corker.
Reed. Oh, that's low. Gan covers off on it. Mayowitz, McMahon. It's going to float up. It's going to give Frendo a chance. Oh, over the top goes Mark Wee. And that is game. Well played to Sunder Slice. They are heading to the final. The Newcastle I-beam. They will end their tournament here in the semi-final. What a game, John Greenfield.
Yeah, that was a great game. One for the purists. Look at Gan now. Look at the mark here. Gan couldn't free his arms up for a long throw, but Solomon quite happy to oblige. Giving Frendo a look at that one, but great experience again from Mark Wee. He was able to seal that one off against his inexperienced opponent, and that's the second time we've seen that happen. Solomon again to Mark Wee, airing it out, giving a chance for the defender, but Mark Wee coming down with it. That's experience, and Frendo will learn from that, and that was a great game. 15-12, so we're going to see Sunder v Fishwick, we assume, in the final at 3 p.m. Be there on the stream.
ULTI.TV.